G'day, legends. Welcome back to another episode of the Butcher's Bible Podcast. I'm your host, Ant. In today's episode, we have some butchery royalty, Aaron Waters. So sit back, relax, enjoy this episode. Cheers. Aaron, how are you, mate?
Good, bud. How you doing today?
Yeah, very good. Can't complain. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
It was really wild. You reaching out and I was like, oh, do you know what? I'll throw the question at him. Do you want to come on? And then you're like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, oh, thank God. Such a relief because some people are like, oh, trying to work it out. But I really appreciate your time, mate. You're a butchery royalty in our eyes.
Okay. And I'll accept it. So thank you very much.
No, thank you so much, mate. Before we go anywhere, do you mind introducing yourself?
Okay. Aaron Waters, Red Hill, Pennsylvania, in the UK. Yeah, the UK. My gosh, the USA. I've been doing custom farm slaughtering for, oh my gosh, 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
it's and I actually started butchering when I was 15, and I'm 64, so that's 49 years total.
Not a day over 30, mate. You're looking good.
Yeah,
Must
yeah.
it's all that fresh air and good meat.
I don't know what it is. Hands and shit and blood all the time probably helps. I don't know.
Oh my God. That was good. I like that. Um, yeah, far as so how did you get started into the industry, mate? Take us back. Paint us a picture.
Well, my grandfather, my mom's dad, who I'm the man I'm still aspiring to be, even at my age. I mean, he has always been and always will be my idol. He
Hmm.
did a lot of butchering when he was young. He was born in 1902.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
Wow.
where he lived in Western Pennsylvania, they did a lot of the bartering. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, the local families would get together in the wintertime and do butchering, and he would travel around to people's farms and help with their butchering. Then in the summertime, when the hay needed cut and forked onto wagons, there was no balers back then.
No, of course.
Everybody helped each other, so it all balanced out. So he would tell me stories. My mom would tell me stories. How he used to raise hogs, and her sisters would ride the hogs around, or they'd go up in the attic and cut a piece of Grandpap's, heavily salt cured ham off and eat it.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
And I just wanted to be like Grandpa because yeah, he was a great guy and everybody loved him. So yeah, but I pursued it and I've been doing it full time. He didn't do it full time, so
Hmm.
I took it, I guess, a step further.
Yeah, that's incredible. 1902, was it?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's an awesome time. Well, do you know much about like back then when they were doing like apprenticeships, or is it just like here you go, fella, here's a knife, off you go?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. In Western Pennsylvania, out in Homer City and Shilocta and those towns, there weren't no apprenticeships, man.
It's just get in and have a go, eh?
Yeah, get into it, knee deep.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, you've been doing it such a long time, and every time I see like your reels or your videos and all these other things, it's just like it just inspires me just to cut better and really, utilize as much as possible. It's just seeing your stuff on Instagram is just incredible, and I really appreciate everything that you put up.
Thank you. I like to. How can I put it? If I could just do farm slaughter and drop the carcasses off someplace else, man, I'd be in heaven. But I have to do all the processing,
Hmm.
which I've grown to actually dislike over the years because it's just boring.
Okay.
But then when I started this Instagram page, I thought, okay, I got to put up more stuff than just me shooting things and skinning things. So then you'll see bacon and you'll see sausages and pork roll and kibasi. So
Yeah.
yeah, I diversified a little bit.
No, it's good. You've gone in like you show us like the beginning, but now you're showing us like the processing bit and what goes behind the scenes in such a sense as well, especially for like home kills. And I like that direction you're going as well. And it's incredible. And
What?
you're doing a really good job at it as well.
Well, thank you. It's funny because like I show making kibasi and pork roll. I don't
Mm,
know how many guys have contacted me. Well, how do you make it? What's in it? Yeah, or the ham loaves or the
mm.
cottage bacon and all that stuff. Well, how do you make that? How do you make that? And I'm like, okay, should I charge for this?
Well, if they're going to go put it in the retail shop or whatever, fucking A, it's going to run you $50.
You know what? But it's all good karma. If it helps them somewhere down the road, something will help me. So it's okay. It's all good.
It's that passing down that knowledge and not letting the industry go dry in certain areas, which is incredible. Which is
You
a
know what? And I should do that. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. I
no,
should
sorry.
do that as long as I've been doing this. I should try and help and pass along so it can continue.
Hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. That's what I wish like a lot of my mentors did as well. But a percentage of the things that I have learned has all kind of been like through like the Instagram and Facebook world as well. And then, we've got such a big butcher family now and the community is just thriving. It's unreal because there's new people left, right, and center, and all these new accounts and everything, and we're all sharing this wisdom. And now with the butcher wars as well, and everything that's going on with the WBC and all that stuff, you're just like, whoa, like how do I do that?
Yeah.
What is this? It's just
Yeah,
incredible.
I agree with you. I went to that WBC when it was in Sacramento,
Mm,
and everything's made to look so pretty. It's almost like you dare to eat it because it looks so nice.
mm.
But and like in my world and what I do, the functionality of that is it's not for what I do. I'm all nuts and bolts. Just get it killed, get it cut nice, packed and cut cleanly and packaged and back. There's if they want to create on their end, they can do that.
Ah, okay, yeah. But when you do yours, so let's say you're doing a home kill, do you give them a cut sheet, or you just kind of go, this is nitty gritty, I'm just going to go bosh bosh?
No, that's a good question. I used to give out cut sheets decades ago.
Ah,
Okay, and they would get one for hogs, and they're getting a half a hog, and they ham smoked, yes, pork chops. Then I used to make 10 different flavors of sausage.
whoa.
Oh, well, they'd circle 6 different flavors, and they would circle pork chops, bone in, and then they'd circle baby back ribs. I'm like, okay. And then with beef, they'd circle New York strip, filet mignon, T-bone, porter. So I always had to end up calling these people and saying, now, wait a minute. If you get this, you can't get that. If you're getting a half a hog, you're lucky if you can get 2 different flavors of sausage, not 5. So I thought, why am I doing cut sheets? Now I have the composition book.
Mm,
Okay. Everybody that I kill for, I get their name and phone, or I call them. That way, if they have any questions, I can answer it.
yeah.
That way, if they're thinking out of the realm of possibility, I can straighten them out.
Yeah.
And because like now, most people don't want their ham smoked anymore.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I offer fresh cut pork steaks, or I'll bone them out and make boneless pork roast and pork cutlets,
Mm.
or I can bone the whole thing out and put it in sausage. So to try and write all that on a cut sheet, nah.
Done with it all now. It's just here's the nitty gritty of it, and we're gonna get down to it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
the funny thing is, like many years ago, when I started like learning to cure bacon and everything, I found that well, I know that there's less salt in smoked because you're not adding anything to it, and a lot of people go for unsmoked because they think that it's got less salt, and trying to educate like the masses around that because you're not doing anything, you're just doing a simple curing process. There's sometimes, yeah. And then when you do like, let's say back when you were doing your smoked, did you have like a portable smoker with you?
oh no, I back at the shop here. I have a dedicated smokehouse just for
Ah,
making ham, bacon, pork roll, kibasi. I mean, when I used to process deer, I made snack sticks and hot dogs and ring bologna and
mm,
summer bolognas, which is a Pennsylvania Dutch delicacy. And so I had to have a dedicated smokehouse for that. And it's
yeah.
funny because a lot of guys, well, I have a smoker too. No, you're barbecuing. That's completely different than what I'm doing. No, it's not.
Mm.
Okay, fine.
Okay, what do I know?
Yeah, right.
Uh, so getting back to like the kill industry, how did it all stem from? Did you just put flyers out, or were you just going from farm to farm to say this is a service I'm offering?
Well, I got to think back, man. That's a long time ago. Uh, I well, what I one of the first things I did was, and this is one of the best ways to get your name out there. You go to the local feed store,
Mm,
okay, where everybody comes to buy hog feed, cattle feed, sheep feed, bird feed,
mm.
medicines they may need, grooming products, and they all have a bulletin board. And you put that paper up with those little tails that you tear off.
Yeah.
It's a custom processing of hogs, cattle, and sheep.
Mm,
So that was one, and honestly, more than anything, word of mouth.
yeah.
The local 4-H fair was a big one for me when I decades ago. And
Mm.
what's funny is now I don't get a lick of work out of there anymore. And
Mm.
you know what? It's fine because I have more than enough, so it's all good. Someone else can do
I don't need the headache now.
it.
Is most of your slaughter and everything in Pennsylvania itself, or do you have to go a bit further afield?
Um, I used to have a couple customers in New Jersey
Mm,
because I'm not that far from the New Jersey border. I there was one guy I could get to his place in like an hour and 15 minutes. I've had some people in Pennsylvania almost out towards Harrisburg, which is in the middle of the state.
okay.
So that was an hour and a half drive, or up north towards the Pocono Mountains, heading towards New York. That was
Mm,
always over an hour drive. But 95% of my clientele is within a half hour from where my shop is. But I'm also in the corner of Montgomery County, and I can be in 5 different counties in like 15 minutes.
that's incredible.
It
It's
is.
like the
It blows my
gateway.
mind.
It's like the gateway to 5 different counties. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, boy. There was one time I went out killing. I killed hogs in the morning. I killed a slow cow in the afternoon, and my travels took me into 4 different counties to get to the jobs.
You better bring a passport just in case.
Yeah.
With the counties, does that still come under Pennsylvania? So for like gun laws and everything, or is it just the same old everywhere?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, New Jersey's the one you got to be a little careful with.
mm,
So if I go there, I got to take my 410 and put it in the toolbox in the bed of the truck.
right.
That way, if you would get stopped by the police, you can't readily get out and get the firearm to pose any threat to them.
Mm.
So in Pennsylvania, it stays behind the seat. Maybe there's a towel over it, maybe not, and and then I
See,
just drive.
yeah, just see if I'm feeling like generous or not to show it off.
So you know, I, I don't know. You want to be respectful.
Mm,
If you would get stopped, obviously, don't
mm.
they? Those gentlemen have a hard enough job, so I don't need to add to it. So yeah, luckily I haven't been pulled over. Oh, do you have time for a quick story?
Of course, always.
Okay, this is one of my best ones. Shit, I'll bet you 30 years ago, it was the dead of winter and it snowed. I mean, crazy. I had to go up to the town of Hereford, where I grew up in, which is
Mm,
about I don't know, 15 minutes from here. It's in Berks
mm.
County. I killed hogs. I'm leaving the gentleman's farm, and I come to the main intersection where there's a state route, and there was a state police officer behind me. Ground's covered in snow. So I took off. I looked both ways, obviously, took off, went up the hill, went around the corner, and then there's this elementary school, and he throws his lights on.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, shit, man, I ain't speeding because the roads are horrible. I might be going 25 miles an hour. So I gingerly pull over. He gets out of his car, has his hand on his firearm, on his sidearm, and he's walking towards the bed of my truck. And I see him going like this because there's 2 dead hogs laying in the bed of my truck. But he goes, okay, I just want to make sure what's going on because there was blood that ran out of the tailgate onto the bumper and was dripping in the snow. And he saw that at the intersection.
Just want to double check you weren't a serial killer or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but it was so funny. He goes, okay.
That's insane.
Oh gosh, I'll never forget that. Because I'm like, what the hell's he pulled me over for?
Done. Just a couple of liters of blood happening. Oh man, that's awesome. With the because you've been in the industry now in the slaughter game for so long, like what have you come across any crazy like jobs or people in itself? Like, have you got anything on that line?
uh, I've had all kinds of bizarre jobs. Another quick story, if you don't
Mm,
mind.
of course.
There's a dairy farm that I used to kill a lot of cows for many years. And one day they called me, and his name was John Hockman. He goes, Aaron, it's John Hockman. Are you busy? I said, well, I'm cutting beef, John. Why? He goes, we have four beef over here that are down. I said, all at once, John? Yeah, and they're not cows. These are black Angus, our feeder steers. I'm like, okay, what happened? They have a farm here. There's a road here. There are dairy stores here. There's a pasture over here. A young lady came to this intersection and didn't stop, and there was a triaxle concrete truck that she pulled out. He hit her. He veered through the fence and plowed out in the field and ran into and over with six total beef, but there was four that were still living.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, and I went down there, compound fractures, and it was horrible, horrible. And
Oof.
then the two dead ones, the one was hit like in the front. You could see it was just caved in.
Oh.
And I was like, and I had to call my buddy Joel because I'm like, man, I got to try and get through these things as quick as I can because I felt horrible. These poor things are suffering beyond words.
Mm.
And yeah, there was, you know, compensatory damages that they had to go to court and get money from this young lady who ran the stop sign. The cement truck company had to follow suit. Oh, what a nightmare
Whoa.
that was! So
Unreal.
that was probably the most I don't know, heartbreaking job just to see those poor animals in that condition. I was like, oh my gosh.
Mm.
So yeah, like I said, I knocked all of them down. I called my buddy Joel, had him come help me, and while he was coming up, I knocked them all down and bled them out. I'm like, okay, suffering's done. Now we'll
Cool.
get you dressed out.
Yeah. Now the next hardest bit, it's gutting and dressing.
Oh man.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine getting hit by that and then plowing into the cows themselves.
Oh,
Fuck.
oh man, and the fence. I don't know how
Mm.
many yards of fence were torn down because when you hit it, it just pulled all the posts, and he just kept driving out through the field and plowed over everything.
Far out. That's a big job to get to clean up as well.
Well, when I got there, they had two of those massive articulating wreckers there, trying to
Mm.
get this cement truck pulled because the right front wheel folded under where the car went underneath the front of the truck. I don't know how he
Oh,
didn't like flip the damn truck. Well, probably because it's so heavy.
it's heavy. Of course.
But yeah, it was a mess. Holy cow! So
Wow, wait. What a story. That's insane.
oof. I don't want any more like that.
No, not like that way. Not at all. So
Yeah.
take me back to when you first came across Victory Knives, because we all see the tattoo and we all love your posts. Like,
Oh,
where did this come from?
okay. Years. Oh my gosh. 12, 13 years ago,
Mm.
my wife had a job where she worked in the evenings. So I was depressed and lonely. So I got on the computer and I go on YouTube and I type in slaughtering a steer, slaughtering a hog, blah, blah, blah. And I would just watch videos. And I saw
Mm.
some really neat videos. I saw some horrific videos.
Mm.
But this one popped up, NZ Home Kill. So I clicked on it, and that's my good buddy Nick Vukovic.
Oh, nice.
The
Yes.
the first video I ever saw that guy, there's a beef. I'm sorry, there's a cattle beef laying there, off with the head. In 9.5 minutes, he has it going into his truck.
Record speed.
Unbelievable.
Mm.
Nick's at another level. He really is. He's just, and he's such a humble guy, a great guy. Love him like a brother, man. He's been here, we've been there, but to watch him work is just insane. So he had this blue handled knife, and I'm like, wonder what knives he used. So I scrolled through the comments, and someone asked him that, and he goes, "Victory, made in Auckland." So that prompted me to do the old web search, and I found them. Looked on their website, contacted the factory. I talked to Eugene, who was still the factory manager,
Mm.
and he told me that I would have to talk to John Bamford, who was the gentleman that Gareth bought the business from.
Yeah.
So I in turn talked to John Bamford. I had to buy bloody $1,500 worth of knives at a shot, and back then I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. So
Yeah, even to this day, that's still a lot of money as well.
So I'm like, okay. Then I found this company in New Zealand called Top Gear,
Yeah.
which is like a hunting outfitting place. Like we have Cabela's, it's like a mini Cabela's, and they sold Victory knives. Oh, and I could just get one of each if I wanted. So I ordered them, paid for them. Then there was issues, as there is to this day, with U.S. Customs.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they wouldn't get released. They needed the commercial invoice. I tried calling over to Top Gear. I could never get a hold of anybody. I left messages. I finally got to talk to what I forget her name, the lady whose husband Guy Beckworth owned it, and I got to talk to his wife. Told her what was going on. They finally got the paperwork submitted. I got the knives here. Anthony, I used them for 1 hour, and I was like, "Holy shit! I got to get more of these. I got to have my buddies try them." So I let my buddies use them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
they loved them. Then I called John Bamford.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to order $1,500 worth of knives. Ordered them, got them here. I used to belong to the Pennsylvania Association of Meat Processors.
Mm.
Okay, we have a convention every year, and they had an exhibit hall. Then I set a booth up there one year to sell them.
Yeah.
Man, I got like $3,000 in 2 days' time.
Oh, 1,500 is back, baby.
So, then I did it for a couple years. Then we had Nick come over one year and do a seminar on what he does in New Zealand. And of course, we had to get knives made with his name on them,
Yeah.
Nick's Home Kill. And I set up another stand, sold them. Then John Bamford came over one year and did a seminar on the entire process of making knives.
Wow.
And he did a video in the factory there,
Mm.
and it was funny. He was nervous, man, like a cat on a hot tin roof. Is that the phrase? Yeah. To do that, so he had a video of the factory. He must have had it in fast or not slow motion, fast motion,
Yeah.
and everybody's running around the factory. And he goes, "All right, normally my staff is not moving this quickly." And the whole room started laughing, and you could just see John, and he was fine.
That was a great accent as well.
So, and then Nick came back another year and did another seminar, and I haven't been back to PAMP for a number of years now, but now they
Mm.
actually contacted me to come next year to do a seminar on farm slaughter in Pennsylvania because it's definitely something that could grow here substantially.
Yep.
So, and of course, if I do that, I'm paying for an exhibitor booth that I'm setting up, and I'm getting my brother from another mother to come over too. Hopefully.
You gotta line it all up. That'd be incredible to see.
So that started, like I said, 12 years ago, 13 years, something like that. But I've been selling the knives now for a little over a decade,
Wow.
and I used to ship to the UK
Mm.
and to Canada.
Okay. Yeah.
back in the day because there was no one in the UK. John didn't have anybody set up in the UK. He goes, I did a number of years ago. He goes, but he could really drop the ball with it. So I'm like, okay. So because of social media, I was on that Facebook page, Butchers, Slaughtermen, and Farmers.
Mm.
And I put posts up of the knives and I would ship it to the UK. A lot of great gentlemen there, but there's also a couple of shitheads there that never paid me.
Mm.
So
Scumbags.
partly my fault because all the gentlemen I sent to, bam, they wired it right away. Western Union, they wired it right away, so that they made me feel all right. They're all good blokes. No, they're not.
You get pockets of them here, mate. Some are really good, some are shit.
And then the one, everyone in Canada was fine, but then there was no distributor in Canada. But now there's Jarvis UK and Alberta, and as our friends at Jarvis UK and Ireland, so
Yeah,
everything's covered.
yeah, it's coming along really nicely, and like, all the areas are covered. I just wish I could get my hands on like the multicolored ones because every time I'm like, "Oh, Gareth, can I please get one when you do it?" And he's like, "Oh, you." I send them all to Jarvis, but every time you jump on the Jarvis website or whatever, they're always gone, and you're like, "For fuck's sake!"
You, Kids, don't you have any? Don't you have any pull? You could contact those gentlemen at Jarvis UK ahead of time and say, "Hey guys, think of me."
I probably could actually. I'll get Dave Corbett onto it and be like, "Look, you tell them that I said and
Yeah,
fucking Aaron Waters said."
this is how it's going to go, guys.
Because every time you do, the two tone is just it's gone like that, and I'm just like, oh man. But the thing is, I've got a box of them as well, like in my shed. I got like a box of red and like pro grips. I got like all of them just in a box there, and I'm like just running through them each like quarter because it was at one stage I was just boning and boning and boning and boning, and then I was like, it was just easier for me instead of hitting it with the whetstone or whatever, just buy a new one for like 15 quid, which was nothing, and eventually you got like a box of them.
Hey, speaking of that, you know what blows my mind? It's prevalent here in the U.S. and it has been ever since I've been doing this.
Mm,
They'll wear these knives down till it's like an ice pick.
yeah,
You know, like the mob would use to stick the guys in the back of the head.
yeah.
And I'm like, the chances of snapping that tip off and it getting in your grind or anything, come on, man. They're only $20 a piece. Now they're $30 a piece. You can't afford a new knife? Oh, it's finally working now. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
no.
life left in that. Get the hell out of here.
They're almost like the sewing needles, aren't they? It just gets so thin. But it's but like the one knife I've kept, and I'll send you a photo of it tomorrow when I'm back at work. It's the 115 dipple handle,
Yes.
the original one that Gareth and I talked about. Dave Corbett sent it to me because I was like, man, my hand is just killing me from boning all the time. He's like, I'll send you this knife and you tell me. And I used it for like a week. All the pain and strain and everything in my wrist was gone.
Yeah,
And I was
because
like,
you're not squeezing so hard.
yeah, because you're just sitting there, you're just ripping apart, you're ripping it apart. But that is like the tip is maybe a centimeter and a half, maybe, and then it goes like really thin, and then obviously because you got your butt end, it's normal. But where I've
Yeah.
been stoning it, because I've got a bit more time to stone now, I'm just like, oh, gently getting the edge and everything. But every time I do it, I'm just like, oh, just one day this is gonna snap. This is gonna snap, and I don't want it to. And also, like, I want to retire it and probably put it into a frame, and it'd be great. But those knives are just incredible. The 115s, I appreciate them so much. And it's same with the pro grips, but you know,
Yeah.
those pro grips, they're just animals. They're
Yeah.
just animals. They're great knives.
Yeah. I I had a brainstorm idea for a hog skinning knife because that's a big thing here in the U.S.
Yes.
And I told Gareth what I was looking for. It's similar to another knife that's in the lineup. And I told Gareth what I wanted, and he made it. On our last trip to New Zealand, the day we went to the factory, Edward was sharpening my knife.
Oh.
And man, was that cool to stand there. And my wife did a video of me looking at Edward sharpening the knife.
What's going on? This is mine.
And then the night before we left, we went out to dinner, and Gareth came to dinner, and he had boxes of my 802.13.115B because I love that blue.
Yeah, that is a good blue.
And I put them in my suitcase and brought them home. And yeah, I have sold a boatload of them knives over the
Yeah.
last 3 years. Man, holy cow! I sold a lot of them. So very
Well, they're great
happy.
skinners. They're great skinners. You know, I've
Yeah, and when a bumpy handle on, man, it's like you just said, you hold on to, especially when you're killing. Your hands are always slopped up and greasy, anyhow. So yeah, but
I
yeah,
and you don't lose that grip as well. So like even like because where do you place your thumb at the top of the handle? So you got more leverage, like especially when you're boning, and but you got that extra grip where like Victorinox, you know, you use their knives and you just kind of you can feel the slippage, and you know it just doesn't work, and especially with that pressure as well that you're applying, it just doesn't seem to work for me either. And I've always been a
Who,
Victorinox person.
whose knives? What knife?
Victorinox.
Oh, they make
They're
others.
yeah, apparently. They're just kitchen sets now. Brett Law's going to listen to this and be like, this motherfucker. The Australian team sponsored by him as well, so it's even funnier.
Well, we're hey, we're guys. So what do we do most of our life? Bust each other's balls. That's just the way it is.
Oh, that's yeah, of course, yeah. That's what I've been doing. Like when I went to Paris and went to WBC, I was an Australian living in the UK, dressed as an Icelandic player. So the Icelandic team gave me the full kit, the hat, the whole shebang, and and everyone was just like who knew me was like, of course. Of course, Dan. And then some people coming up who were like from other teams, and they're like, "Oh, you're part of the Icelandic team." I was like, "Nah, man." They're like, what is going on?" Because when Gareth met me, I was in the Icelandic gear, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Gareth from Victory," and I was like, "What's going on, mate?" And he's just like, "What the fuck?" Really look at me head to toe, like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Do you have residence there as well, or what?
Yeah. Yeah, but that was a good trip. But it was just fantastic. And like you said as well, right at the beginning, that the food, the display and everything was like you can almost eat it. But like, because we were in Paris, it was just pristine. Everyone was just, they took it to a whole other level, especially Australia as well. Like, and Iceland as well. They like those tables were just incredible. You could literally just feel like you could just pick up the product and just go,
Yeah,
it was
not even
just
cook it, just eat it.
yeah, just eat it as it is. Like I don't care. Like it was a stunning display, and everyone did really well, especially Team Ireland as well. I don't feel like they got like a lot of praise, but my God, they busted out some product, which they always do most years, but this was just phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, I think back to what you said, where you were. I think you're a little bit more pomp and circumstances expected there.
Yeah, yeah, of course. It's a shame, and it was really good as well because I didn't realize until the last night, or before I left, Gareth and I were talking, and he gave every single competitor a victory knife.
No shit, really? Wow,
Yeah, yeah,
wow.
because he gave all the team members from the juniors to the seniors, like they all got whatever knives they wanted, and they had their own and whatever. But he gave every single competitor in the WBC a victory knife.
He
Yeah,
is a great guy. He really is. He's
yeah.
and he just does stuff because he's a nice guy. He ain't
Mm.
looking for a damn thing. He's just a nice guy.
He just expects a high five, mate, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's all he is, and it was really good to have him on. And you know, we're speaking a lot more now. But it's just incredible. I love it. Like I really love his company, and being there was just a whole surreal experience. We had a
Yeah.
really good time. We drank too much, but comes with the territory.
There. Well, I know. Well, my wife will get a drink and drink this much, and I'll finish it. So that's how much I drink.
Oh yeah, so not much. I feel like that much is selfish of her.
Well, yeah, she gets those Long Island iced teas, which is I guess 7 different types. Yeah, so she'll
Oh,
drink that much, and then I finish it. So that's okay.
oh, God damn. That's some that's a highway to blackout zone, mate. I've done that too many times in like on holidays, you know. Had one too many iced teas and you just like Oh man, I'm gonna have to lay down. But then you passed out in the sun. You're like, oh, I'm baked now.
Oh God, yeah. Stay out of the sun.
Yeah, right. Gonna try and get as much as I can in the UK as well.
Gosh, yeah. Here this year too. Another rainy, cloudy day today. So
And it's your summer as well, isn't it?
yeah, and it's been, man. Oh my God, it's been hot, brutal hot, and
Mm.
going out killing in that weather it just
It
sucks.
it's a whole other experience in the summertime, isn't it? With doing your kills, because like everything just has your sense of smell is just heightened more because everything's just getting baked, isn't it?
It's just yeah, and you have time. Everyone's it's gonna spoil. No, their body temperature is 100 degrees, so I'm skinning it, gutting it, eviscerating, proper terminology, right?
Yeah, yep, yep,
And
yeah.
there's wind blowing on it. I get home, it's in the air conditioning in front of the fan. It gets washed, it gets trimmed, it gets put in the cooler.
Hmm.
The winter time, it's just joyous, man. Single digit wind chills and no rushing because in the summertime here, man, yellow jackets. They swarm on the carcasses when I come home to offload and go in the shop, and I always get stung. And oh, those sons of bitches! They ain't here in the wintertime.
They're all hibernating, waiting to get you next season. The
Hopefully, they're
fuckers.
dead.
They never do. They never do. I only found out like a while back that when flies in the wintertime, they bury themselves.
They
And
do.
then,
I
yeah,
often wonder where
yeah,
do these damn things go?
yeah. I had to do some research because someone said, "Oh, flies just die off." And I was like, "No, I know spiders go and hibernate." And then I went down like that little trail, and I was like, "Oh, flies just have like a collective, and then they just bury themselves, and then wait at the winter time, and then they produce more in that time, like ants almost."
And then come the maggots and yeah.
Hmm.
There's no redeeming qualities to summer at all.
No, it's great though when summer's here, but then you realize, oh yeah, nature has its own thing as well going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because here, it's hurricane season now, so they're going to here. Look at us, like two old men talking about the weather. They're
But it affects us in so many different ways as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, all right, end of the story. I like wintertime better. Done.
Okay. Very interesting when you said eviscerate, because a lot of people say harvesting or slaughtering. Go on, talk to me.
Now I'm going to turn the phone off now.
Okay, here we go. See you, mate. Thanks.
You you can't you cannot put rose-colored glasses on things and everything in life. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
The fact that someone says they're harvesting an animal, it grates me to the end, that phrase, because honestly, in my opinion, you're doing a disservice, a disjustice, a disrespect to this profession
Mm.
because you're taking a living creature and you're killing it. It's an act of violence and it's stinky and it's dirty, but you need to call it what it is. You can't dull it down for everyone else's delicate sensitivities.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. So the animal's killed or slaughtered, dressed out, gutted, eviscerated. What Okay, those are fine, but this harvesting crap, man, they're not cantaloupes.
Yeah. They're not a hale. They're not a bay of hail or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. You
Then
can't. You need to address things the way they are, no matter what it is. It just if it's been that for decades, why has it changed? What's different now? No, it's still the same thing.
it still has the same process. It still goes through all like the guidelines and everything. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
why are we changing? Because when we were talking and you said similar lines across those, because some of the home kills that I know here in the UK, they'll say like, "Oh, harvest season starts," or they'll say the home season starts, and I was like, "Aren't we just talking about slaughter? Like, why we?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, why are we dressing it up? Like, if
It's
anything, we're
because society's gotten too milk toast. I don't know. I don't know what term to use to describe it.
But no, but that's like you said. They've got these Instagram pages and these Facebook pages and everything, and they're saying like it says someone's home kill or like processing home kill and all this and that. but then they're putting on those like the deadlock shots and all those gunshots and everything, but they're saying it's harvesting season. You're just like, what's the point? You might as well just not even post anything and just carry on with your day.
Yeah, I agree. I
Mm,
agree. Like I said, the reverence and respect that this profession is due should not be diminished at all. And if it's
yeah.
just, in my mind, if it comes down just to that term, because that's what it's always been,
Mm,
you can't change it. So
exactly.
just leave it how it is, and everyone will have to deal with it. If you want to eat a burger or a steak or a piece of kibasi or
Oh yeah.
some mince, guess what?
I'm your guy.
Boom. That's just it.
Yes. Yeah, with all your reels and everything that you do, because some of it is like along those lines. Have you had much backlash or any vegan activists or anyone, saying these things?
You got to act as a private account. Because when I first went on Instagram, before I discovered you can make it a private account, I did have a couple people whining about, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to get reported and they'll take it off. So I looked around the settings. Ooh, make private.
Yeah.
So now, if you ask to follow me, I try and vet who's following me. If their private account on Instagram, I'll look up their name on Facebook.
Mm.
And if there's nothing that is familiar to me or I'm okay with, I just delete them.
Okay, yeah. You just let it, yeah.
Yeah.
PA detective at your
Well,
service.
and you know what? And then if they multiply try and friend request me or follow me, uh, I will occasionally give in
Mm.
and let them. But every time I do, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. And oftentimes I'll go back and end up remove.
Mm.
So because I don't have any ripples in the water now, I don't want any.
No, you don't need that aggro because, like originally, like you said, like when we first started, I was speaking to a woman this morning. Um, she goes, "Oh, Instagram's like 15 years old." Like we were talking about like the original filters and everything, and then that just sparked a memory in my head. It was just like because I remember it was just pure chaos when you were posting reels a very long time ago, and that's when like you had these people bombarding all your stuff, and they didn't really have like a filtering system for what it was. And then now there is like a filtering system where you kind of stay in your lane and you kind of go that way unless you direct a hashtag outside of your realm, like veganism or vegetables or
Okay.
whatever. It kind of puts you in that little realm there. But like my account, I haven't like if you go through mine, and most people would, I don't think you'll see any bad comments as well. The same with yours, but mine's a public one.
Well, you know what's speaking to that scenario per se. There
Mm,
is another guy in the U.S. that does farm slaughter like me,
mm.
and I put videos up. There's one farmer whose cattle are like puppy dogs, and he can halter them. And we open the trailer door, and I can reach in with a bolt stunner and knock them down.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's how tame they are. Now I put those video every time I do that. I put that video up because there's a lot of people that haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
Even though I may have posted it a year ago, they may not have scrolled back to see it. So I want them to see, hey, this is another process that can be done in this job.
Mm.
Well, I'll knock the animal down, pull the halter off, and bleed it. Well, this guy here, who does the same shit as me, I can't believe how disrespectful you are. For fuck's sake, I'm going to quit following you. Show a little respect for the animal. And I'm like, okay, fine, you're allowed to think what you want. I really don't give a shit what you think. So I go on his page, and there's a picture of him holding the head of a Scottish Highlander. Like, I'm sorry, the phone's ringing. I apologize.
It's all right. It's all right.
So he's holding this head, smiling. I'm like, that's disrespectful.
Mm.
You're bragging that you got this trophy here. So what's any different than what you're doing than what I do?
Glass houses,
So
isn't it?
I'm just like, okay, pal, you do what I do. Now just stop. And then I got another thing too. Well, you don't bleed them properly. Well, you know what? If I can hang cattle up and bleed them thoracically in the brisket, yeah, I will. But when they drop in a trailer, it's just easier to pull the head back and cut them. Plus, I can sever the spinal cord, which generally cuts down on how long they kick. Plus, the blood pressure to the brain is shut off even quicker that way, which will stop the functions of the brain sending signals to kick your leg, kick your leg.
Mm.
So in my mind, it makes a little more sense to do it that way. But oh, it's not bleeding properly. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, come on. Do you know Matt Christensen? You see him on Instagram?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
What a gem.
What a
Anyhow,
gem. Yeah. He's a
he
delight. I love him.
he bled a beef thoracically and transverse and caught the blood. There's like no difference.
Mm.
So could we just shut up about this? I put a post up on that mobile butchers page on Facebook about it, and I said this
Mm.
never-ending debate. So just yeah, whatever works for you, man. We're all professionals. If this is how you want to do it, do it. I salute. Enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I feel like your way, when you explain it that way, it's less pain and suffering, and then, like, it drains the blood straight from the brain. You want them out straight away, and you don't want them to suffer because we're not in the game for suffering.
No,
It's not.
no, no. Even though they're brain
Mm.
dead right away, still, I'm losing pressure to the brain quicker that way. So,
Yeah.
and I had a veterinarian tell me this. So, someone who knows what they're talking about more than me told me this. And I said to him, I said, "Shit, Randy, that makes perfect sense." He goes, "Yeah, think about it." Okay. So I'm passing along his knowledge, but I'm going to take credit for it.
Yeah, I'm going to take credit for it. Thanks, Randy. That's incredible. Oh, mate. This has just been fantastic. I'm so thankful that you've agreed to do this.
Oh my! Yeah. Hey, can I touch on one thing we talked
Yeah.
about earlier about your mentors and people teaching you,
Yep, of course.
if you don't mind?
No, of
Uh,
course.
where I grew up in Berks County, Pennsylvania, is all these hardcore, narrow-minded Pennsylvania Dutchmen. Berks
Mm.
County, Pennsylvania Dutchmen are different than any other Dutchmen in the state of Pennsylvania. They won't tell you a thing. They won't show you nothing. They'll go to their grave because I worked at butcher shops. This is my point to all this. They wouldn't show you a damn thing.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to meet a Russian gentleman who he was half Russian, half Polish, who used to go out farm slaughtering back in the 80s. And I
Mm.
used to go with Stan, and he taught me how to cut beef, and he taught me this and taught me that. So I was blessed to have that mentor or teacher in my life because the ones I had before that, nah. If your life depended on knowing how to make scrapple, they wouldn't tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Is
it's
that
amazing the people we can come across. But that goes back again how I about showing people and telling people and helping people do what to learn how to do this. It's my duty to do that because I had a gentleman do it for me, so I should do it for them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly how I feel as well, with all the things that I've self-taught or I've reached out and learnt and really just tried to hone in and help and bring a little bit more to the butchery world, especially the shops I work at. I was like, I feel like it's my duty with anyone who's surrounded with me in the shop. If there's something they want to know or want to learn from, I'm always go into depth with them, and I will dedicate that time and effort and give them that bit. And also praise. Praise is a huge thing. Like, I don't feel like there's enough praise going around or circulating in shops, because everyone seems to be in this still that like old school narrative where it's just like, oh yeah, like, here's your paycheck and then I'll see you next week or whatever. I feel like introducing a lot more praise over like maybe the 9 years or 10 years I've been in the UK butchering. I feel like praise to those people, to the apprentices, to a lot of people, it does open up like a whole new avenue, especially with respect.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
and
and encouragement. My
mm,
God, just
mm,
and then if someone's fucking up, you can tell them in a nice way. Look, that's not really right. Can I show you something that might work better for you? You can do it that way,
mm.
but be encouraging because, and then I'll go back to that guy Stan that taught me. He was, I mean, I back in the day I was 6'4", and he might have been 5 foot 5'7", and when I was first learning about boning beef out, he'd walk up behind me and look around and goes, "You're fucking it up, Aaron."
Thanks.
Okay, what am I doing wrong? No, no, no.
Yeah,
Do it like this. but that's how he approached it. But I don't know, maybe from being a parent and a grandparent, I don't know,
Mm.
encouraging and show them a better way or a different way that might work better. I don't, it doesn't hurt. It's you get more further with honey than you do with vinegar. So what the hell?
Yeah, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I feel like even now in the shop I'm working at, it's just showing the people there, like, because they're kind of it's a modern traditional butcher shop. So it's been in the family for 30 years. And now that they want to re-innovate and everything, because the dad's gone, he's retired, they want to
yeah,
bring it into the new age. And that's where I came in with doing like value added products and like a lot more boning and taking a lot more like knife handling away from like the owner. And so he can focus on other like ventures. Uh, but the people who are there, they don't know that kind of the VAP world, or with
yeah,
like little simple tricks of like boning a lamb or doing like a hind quarter, like where to start and do all these other bits and pieces, where they would do block boning here in the UK, and it's very common. They would just
okay,
put it, they'll do everything on the block. Where beef, I've always learnt on the rail, where I've shown them you let gravity do the work. You can see the seams a bit more. You have a little more wiggle room. But the only thing is you need to have a sharp knife. And then,
yeah,
and then saying to these people at the end of the day, before we start cleaning up, spend half an hour on your whetstone, and then you can get a bit more, because a lot of people are like, oh, my knife's fucked, I need to buy a new one. No, you just need to dedicate a bit more time to it. And then whenever, even if they do fuck it up, it's like, look, no, it's easy, we're trimming that bit off anyway.
yeah,
No harm, no foul. Just keep practicing. Oh, I'm not used to it, hanging up. I'm like, it doesn't matter, just get used to the shape. You know what the top side looks like. You know what the silver side looks like. Just visualize it, see the seams, and keep praising and showing them that love. And
yeah,
butchery has changed. And that's like the new wave of like parenting in a way, because my wife and I are changing that parenting way. Like we're yelling, uh, negative reinforcement, like a lot of untraining in our eyes. And I
yeah.
think I'm applying that into the butchery world to my daughter now with my wife. I feel like it's made me a better man, and I think it will help me a lot more in the future when it comes to other endeavors.
Absolutely,
Mm,
absolutely, man. It's that yeah, that's endless benefits to that way of thinking, sir.
mm,
Endless benefits. It's just yeah, I like I said, I taught my son and he's 40 now. Holy
yeah.
shit. And he's in Western Pennsylvania and he does farm slaughtering out there. There's another young man here near me that I remember when I met him and he told me how he was doing it and I said, "Look, I said if you can you come up to my place and go out with me a few times killing? Because there's a lot easier way to do this."
Yeah.
Now he has 5 guys working for him.
Wow.
He does
Impressive.
he does 1,800 deer a year,
Whoa.
plus cattle and hogs and sheep and goats.
Mm.
So it's yeah. And there's another guy out near Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Same thing. Now he's got stands at farmers markets or stands at farmers markets. Oh my gosh, one, two, three, 4 or 5 of them now.
Wow.
So yes, it's cool. It's cool to see like you said, the nurturing, the encouraging,
Mm.
you know, and then in the nice way saying, "Well, you really did fuck that up." Okay,
Yeah. Back to the drawing board. There you go.
so let's try this next time.
But there always is an easier way. There's like there's either new tools, there's either these new products or these like other ways of doing it. But the butchery still stands for itself and it still speaks volumes. But like you might
Yeah,
be able to skin something a little bit easier with like a pulling chain and do the whole tearing for you, or you'll just use one of those beautiful victory knives that you sell for skinning, and just off it comes even better.
you've seen my post on Instagram?
The
Um,
recent one,
all right, have you ever seen my buddy Frank? This guy that I would go down and help kill cattle for. He's 81 years old and was still killing beef and cutting up.
nice.
He he learned boning on the rail back in the day.
Mm.
Okay, that's what the way Stan taught me because I remember Stan said, now you know the hard way how to do it. Anybody can stand in front of a bandsaw and swing their hips." So Stan would say that, and my buddy Frank, he has there's there's a couple. There's a company in the United States that is very prevalent in social media that depicts cutting meat and boning meat. I don't want to really, say the name, but you could think about it. You'll figure it out. My buddy Frank, the 81-year-old guy. Well, them guys don't know a damn thing what they're doing. He goes, "This is how you bone a chuck out. You hang it on the rail, and I put a hook in that front shank, and he tells you how he did it. And like you
Mm.
said, it's all gravity. It makes your job easier, your life easier, your back easier.
Hmm. Yeah.
And this is coming from a gentleman who used to back in the day would leg and side out 40 head of cattle a day by himself.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
He was what's the word? Stud. Holy shit, man.
holy shit, man. Yeah.
They had a guy shooting and legging and bleeding and heading, and he dropped him in the cradle, and Frank would leg him and slide him down and push him down to the guy to rump him and bung him,
Mm.
and then he would go Tuesday nights and kill 100 calves for this other slaughter or this other butcher shop so they could get them shipped out in the morning on Wednesday morning. And he did all the boning on the rail for big, heavy, fat cattle to those veal calves.
Mm.
I mean, he was when he talks, it's like back here we had this brokerage company, E.F. Hutton. When E.F.
Yeah.
Hutton talks, and everybody would stop and listen. When Frank talks, you shut up and listen because he knows what he's talking about.
40 cattle. I think I would be
he
done after maybe five.
he could use both hands. That's one thing I've never mastered. And at age 64, I ain't gonna because I still put up posts and these guys. Oh, mate, you should try it with the left hand, and then you'll be doing it right. And like, yeah, okay, not now. The old dog ain't learning any new tricks, so let's just leave it
No.
go.
Both
but
hands. I never even thought of that.
yeah, it's even my buddy Nick, as awesome as he is, Nick only uses his right hand too.
Oh, well, Nick's a fucking animal.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be a disadvantage with one hand. I reckon he should, like, if he did a competition, he should use his feet with a knife.
Yeah,
That we
yeah.
might stand a chance.
It's funny because I'll say to him, we FaceTime and stuff, and we're
Yeah.
talking, and I said, Mr. V, you have no idea how respected and how highly in regards you're held anymore in this industry. He
Mm.
goes, I don't know. I'm just trying to do my fucking job and make a living.
Staying humble, baby. Staying humble.
I said, no, man. I said, you're Zeus on Mount Olympus, and all us mortals are down on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. We're only just getting a little glimpse of the glory from up above, Far out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
The only
incredible.
other one up on Mount Olympus is the knife maker we know, looking down at all the other companies.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Mr. H looking down like,
Oh,
yes. This is brilliant. This has been absolutely amazing, Aaron. Should we get to some guest questions?
geez, if you got any, sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So number one, what's the belief or habit that's been a key to your success?
Oh, God. Work honest, work clean, work hard. You'll reap the benefits. Just yeah, I those three things really.
Yeah, very straightforward and honest.
Yeah.
That's a good way of
Keep
looking at it.
keep it simple, man. If you're
Mm.
if you go to like I go to the farm and present myself in the fashion that I would want people to look at me in, they're I'm going to be an honest square shooter, and they can see I try and do the work as clean as I can, and I get it back to them as quickly as I can in as good a shape as I can. So there's honest, hard, and fast.
It's a good motto.
Yeah, yeah. I guess
have,
strive for it.
have you got a bumper sticker that just says that now?
No, I just have Victory Knives bumper stickers. Thank you.
And you got the Kiwi flag on the back, yeah.
Well, I got to get ones made for Victory Knives. Shameless plug here. Victory Knives USA or America. Victory
Mm.
Knives USA. Geez, I can't even remember my own damn name. Well, we have an email that's one name and the website's another. So there's my.
Yeah, all
Vic-
right.
Victory Knives USA.
Very nice you to say. That's great. All right. Um, Second question. Three guests to invite to dinner, dead or alive, and why?
Three or
You can pick as many as you want. Three's the
oh,
limit.
okay. Well, first one, my grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more I'd like to say to him. There's a lot more I'd like to show him because
Yeah.
I would like to hear how he feels about what I've been doing for so many years.
Yeah, I reckon he'd be
Yeah.
proud of you, mate.
Well, yeah, I would hope so. I would think so. But yeah, he just meant the world to me, and
Yeah.
so yeah, that's the person I'd want to see. And of course, my mom.
Mm.
I mean, she was in the shop every day. She led me real quick to three revelations in my business that streamlined the whole process.
Yeah.
I used to make hamburger patties. Okay, roll them in a ball and press out each one individually with a piece of paper. Okay. My mom would come in and roll out the little balls, and she stood there and she's, now, how shit and damn lazy do you have to be? You can't make your own hamburger. You know what? I'm done. No more patties. Number two, I used to make scrapple. I
Yeah.
don't know if you know what that is. Okay,
Yeah.
you cook all the pork bones
Yep.
for hours, and then you have to stand there and pick all the meat off the bones.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
it's a time painstaking process because then you have to grind that meat, put it back in the broth, salt, pepper, coriander, get it at a low boil, buckwheat, white flour, thicken, stir, stir. It takes forever.
Mhm.
She's standing there picking the bones like this. She said, "Do you make any money? Do you make enough money to make this stuff?" I said, "Not really." "Then why the hell are you making it?" "You know what? You're right. This is the last batch."
Yes, ma'am.
And number three, I used to make apple sausage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I remember one day I was making it. I'm like, I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta get apples and I gotta get some cinnamon. And she said, "Why don't you just get applesauce with cinnamon in it?" Shit, I never thought of that. Okay, great.
That was brilliant. Work harder, not smart. Work smarter, not harder, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
my grandpa and my mom, if I could bring people back from the afterlife, yeah, those two.
That- That's what we got here. We got the powers to do that here in the Butcher's Bible.
Yeah, we
Oh,
just did it
that's
now talking about them.
yeah, exactly right. They're never dead unless you stop talking about them. I've heard on a lot of podcasts and people say.
You're right.
Mm. Number three, what's your favorite quote?
It's applicable to many things. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. If you're not going to benefit from it, or it's not going to change anything or make anything better, it ain't worth it. Just
That's it. Yeah.
there's a, there's another one. If it doesn't matter a week from now, it sure as hell don't matter now.
That's actually quite good, actually, because you don't ever hear that. Like people say that. A lot of people are like, but that's actually quite good. I like that one.
Well, and you know what? As I say that, my darling wife would say I probably need to practice what I preach sometimes. So,
Yes. That's what my wife says. She goes, you're contradicting yourself. You got to practice what you preach. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, you are right. They're
listen,
smart
honey.
though.
There's a public perception. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, yeah, they are smart though. That's why we married them.
Yep, yep, yep. Very, very.
Number four, what question do you wish people asked you more?
Whew. Uh, Geez, man. I was supposed to think. I was supposed to think about this one, and I guess I didn't think enough. Um, I always like people to ask me how long I've been doing it, like you did, and how I get started,
Mm.
because I like to explain that journey. And one thing I didn't touch on, like cutting pork,
Mm.
I taught myself how to cut pork. There was a book called "The Meat We Eat" that I bought, and I read it. Oh my gosh, like every day. And there was a local livestock auction, and I'd go down there and I'd buy like 400-pound sows. I'd bring them back to shop and kill them here, and I'd cut them up how you should. Break the carcass down, bone everything out, bone the shoulder, bone the butts, the picnics, the loin, make the cuts, and then I would cube it all up, make sausage, sell it, get money, go buy another sow. And I kept doing that for, oh my gosh, probably almost a year till I really felt proficient at cutting up a hog.
Mm,
So I guess I like to tell people that, to tell them, man, you can accomplish anything you want if you
mm.
just go ahead and dig your heels in and go for it. So
Yeah, it'd be bite off more than you can chew and chew like fuck.
yeah, yeah, chew it fast and hard and swallow it, and you'll get through it.
Exactly right. It's a good that's a good way of practicing as well because you guys well I know that most in the US don't get skin on, so you would have been taken on like a whole other like realm as well, like because you're killing, skinning, gutting, but then what are you doing with your skin per se? Like, because were you leaving it on, taking it off, or doing crackling or anything with that when you were making the sausage?
No, no,
Nah.
just skin them like I do now. Years
Mm,
ago, I used to kill roasting pigs. I had a little scalding tank, and I used to do pig roast too. And then my son
mm.
was doing pig roast when he still lived here, and I'd kill roasters for him. Man, you can have that scalding and scraping shit.
Yeah, you keep that for yourself.
You can take it. And here, you don't want the crackle. So by skinning the hog, I save myself time on the block because I don't
Mm.
have to strip off the skin. Plus, my hams and bellies take the brine and the smoke exponentially better with the rind off. So,
Yeah, yeah.
we don't need it.
No, you don't do you? Like here in the UK and Australia and New Zealand and everything, we always keep the skin on, because
Yep.
it makes great crackling. You got all these other fun bits and pieces you can make out of it, and it's just so big. Like you can just take such a minor product and turn it into gold. Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, and hey, Anthony, don't get me wrong. There's markets here where they want it. The Hispanic market wants it. A lot of the
mm,
Asian markets want it. Absolutely. But
mm,
for me and what I do and what I've been doing in my clientele, they don't want it.
no, no, it makes sense. If you ain't
Yeah.
got a need for it or you don't want to deal with it, get rid of it.
The juice ain't worth the squeeze. Isn't that what I said?
Goddamn right, Aaron. It's worth. Right, last question. It's quite important as well. Are aliens real?
Yes, and they walk among us. They're the ones causing all the trouble.
Yeah, exactly right. The ones in the suits. They're the ones we see on TV and the ones in the suits, aren't they?
Yeah, they blend in. They're like a tree.
They got that shape shifting material, have they?
Yeah,
Blend
yeah.
in.
There that show on HBO years ago, True Blood. They had shapeshifters in there. So yeah, that's where they came from.
What was that? Vampires, wasn't it?
Yeah, the vampire one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm. Yeah. Actually, that was pretty decent when it was on TV. And then
Yeah,
I remember watching it years ago. I'm going,
yeah.
it's all right.
I watched it multiple times. So yeah, yeah. I must have liked it if I watched it multiple times. So
Well, you weren't in charge of the remote, mate. The wife was, so.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. I do hold that thing for ransom. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. I've had such a great time, Aaron. This has been just
I did
incredible,
too.
mate.
Thank you, thank you. I enjoyed it very much myself, sir.
No, anytime you want to come back on, we'll dive more into some more processing and other bits and pieces. So whenever you're ready, we can do all that again.
Yeah. My time is your time, bro. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm here for it. And we ain't going anywhere. We're going to continue rolling on with all the new adventures and getting everyone's stories out there and the general
Cool.
conversation of talking from people around the world. There's so much to cover. So many
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, and
But
good on you for doing it, man. That's wonderful. So thank you.
no, thank you. I really appreciate your time. We're gonna go, and I'll let you. You're getting pressed for time, aren't you now?
Well, I'm gonna go cut up some more hogs.
Yeah, nice.
and then be done, and maybe take my wife to the dollar store.
Treating her well. Treating her well, mate. Right. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Thank you, sir. You take care.
Have a lovely week, and I will speak to you quite soon.
All right. Be good.
See you, mate. Take care. Bye,
Bye bye.
everyone.